radio for a really great future. We're talking real money.
Hello, friends. Welcome to another exciting hour of talking real money. Actually, about 38 minutes when we
37
take out the
and a half
commercials.
now.
When we take out the commercials and make it a podcast. I'm Don McDonald, sitting in the studio with Tom Cock, the co-host of the program. We are in the same physical location at the same time in beautiful Bellevue, Washington.
Hope for no missile strike.
There's supposed to be one?
Well, no, because that would mean the end of the show.
Wasn't in the weather forecast or anything.
Listen more
Cloudy
carefully.
with a chance of missiles.
Well, thunderstorm.
We're going to get some missile breaks later in the day.
Duck.
Yeah, and cover.
No.
Did you do that when you were in school?
No, I never. I think I missed that somehow.
What were you going to some weird school? I mean,
don't know,
we did the duck and cover drills.
I think it was done by the time I got there.
Really?
I don't know.
Oh, well, maybe because I'm older than you.
Yeah.
All right. Welcome to the program. We're going to talk about money with you. We hope you will talk about money with us because you can do that by calling us at 855-935-8255. 855-935-TALK. Talk. Spells talk at the end. That's why we like the number 8255. Spells talk. And we do try to talk about a lot of different financial topics. We end up mostly on investments because that's the area where there's the most confusion. But there's another important part of what we do, and that is to try to keep you from being ripped off.
Yeah.
There's a lot of fraud out there, and it will always be there. If you think it's new, scams have been around since money.
Yep.
Since before money. There were trading scams. They were, like the guy who traded the cow for the kid who traded the cow for the magic beans. Come on.
Jack.
You don't think that was a fraudulent transaction?
Worked out well for one party, not so much for the other.
But
good point.
Anyway, the guy thought he was taking advantage of the kid. Now we've got people stealing identity or stealing your credentials. It used to be that our Social Security number was sacred and sacrosanct. Well, disabuse yourself of that notion, because if you think nobody knows your Social Security number, you're dead wrong. Anybody who wants your Social Security number now, trust me, they can pretty much get it, particularly after the latest fraud, in which a company called National Public Data, you probably never heard of them.
Nope.
But they do background checks, and so they have information on pretty much all of us.
And they got breached to the tune of 2.9
billion records.
That's crazy.
Billion personal data for sale now on the dark web.
Which I don't know how to get to.
I don't know where it lives. I'm sure it's somewhere out there in the dark.
But what you're saying is, no matter who you are, no matter what
your
safeguards you've taken,
identity has already been stolen by someone. They've stolen your identity. So get over trying to protect it. It ain't going to work.
You're going to give out your number right now?
All you can do now, you know what? Because what good would it do somebody? Because I did what you probably should do.
The freeze.
And it's a pain. I got to tell you, It is a bit of a pain. But the number one thing you can do is to protect your money. Is to freeze your credit.
And how do you do that?
The reason people steal your Social Security number and identifying information is so that they can open credit in your name.
And then take the money
and then charge
disappear.
the cards and then vanish very quickly. It can be done like that.
Quick. Yeah.
So what you're going to need to do, and this is a really stupid system, by the way, and the United States government should probably try to change this eventually, where we have multiple credit reporting agencies. There should be one clearinghouse where you can control all of this.
Then you could do it.
That is highly regulated because I had to go to TransUnion, to Equifax and Experian.
All three.
And freeze my credit. It's easy to do. You can do it on their website and it's free. Don't let them sell you their subscription for $30 a month to monitor your credit, which, by the way, is a huge ripoff.
Is it harder to do it in the summer when it's so warm in Florida? It's a question at hand.
We have air conditioning.
Oh, okay. So the freeze is not as tough.
Yeah, we can still freeze. It's not as big a temperature variation.
All right, all kidding aside, freeze your credit.
Right, freezing your credit, but there's a downside to freezing your credit. I discovered it recently.
Yes.
And I'll share it with you after the break. There was
what a tease.
There was a downside But still, with my social running around out there and all the scams that people have tried to perpetrate on me over the years, I think it was worth it. We'll be right back. 855-935-TALK. Call.
Tom and Don are talking real money.
In medicine, a second opinion might save your life. With investing, a second opinion might save your future. The trick is getting one without a high-pressure sales pitch. Well, I'm Don McDonald, and if you've been listening to Talking Real Money, you know that our goal is to help everyone create a brighter future by investing and managing money better. That's why, in addition to helping everyone on our show and podcast, we are also committed to making our 100% fiduciary advisors at Appella available to help everyone make the best financial decisions based on science. So if you're being pitched a financial product or a system, make sure you get a second opinion with no cost, no obligation, and no annoying sales pitch by going to TalkingRealMoney.com or call 800-386-3004. That's 800-386-3004 or TalkingRealMoney.com.
Your guides to a really great financial future. Tom and Don are talking real money.
As we were talking about, you can freeze your credit to protect yourself from your identity being stolen. But there is a dark side to that.
Which is?
If you try to get credit,
they're going to turn you down.
They're going to turn you down.
Yeah.
They're going to turn you down because they can't get in. And the reason I know about this is because I have a wife who loves to shop. Loves.
Yeah.
And we were in an LL Bean somewhere. And she loves LL Bean too. She was buying some stuff and she goes, open the credit card and get the 15% off. I had forgotten that I froze my accounts and I went to open the card.
They went, sorry.
They went, no. And they
Aren't
said,
you the talk show guy? We're not giving you credit anyway.
Yeah, well, no. And then they said, well, you'll get a notice in the mail that tells you which credit bureau or reporting agency to unfreeze.
Yeah.
I said, you can't tell me that now. I could just do it on my phone. They went, no, we have to mail it. So that's another problem with having 3 credit bureaus. Just dumb.
So, but you can get the 2-factor authentication.
Oh, I haven't gotten to that yet.
Authentication.
But I was going to say,
authentication.
You're going to, and by the way, when I get a new credit card, it's only to get a discount, and then I pay it off, and then I close it.
Yeah.
Because I don't have any.
Close it or just set it aside?
Well, I close one a year.
Okay, because I still have a couple that I've taken out that are just locked up in my safe.
I close one a year. Yeah. I don't want to close too many because I think that can negatively impact your credit report.
I think it can, yeah, correct.
I probably have like $300,000 worth of
go
open
out
credit.
tonight.
Yeah,
what do you
should go partying.
Come on, man.
If I was dying, I'm charging them all up.
See you later.
Yeah. By the way, speaking of, we went to SDK for their happy hour.
Yes.
You could get a glass of Dom Perignon during happy hour for only $49.
That's
for a
it.
Glass.
Well, you've got $300,000 in credit. That's nothing to you.
We'll go get some. Anyway, the other thing you can do, and we think you should do this on everything. I have it on my Schwab accounts. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I have it on my subscriptions for movie things and all.
Yeah.
Anybody that offers it, take advantage of 2-factor identification.
Everybody should be using that on anything financial.
Because there's no way unless somebody's stolen your phone and has your login to your phone that they can get into your info.
Yeah.
Get into your accounts. Yeah. I love 2-factor identification. So you do those 2 things and you can probably rest pretty easily.
Yeah, I think you're a long way there.
And then wait, one more thing.
Oh, one more?
One more thing. Hang up on all those things that say potential spam. Just hang up.
Well, no, and you can check the dark web from time to time to see if you're in there.
You can?
Yeah, you can.
You don't know how to do it.
I don't know how, but you can. I've read that you can. You can go check that out.
Okay.
Yeah. Don't call me and ask.
Trust me, I know all my stuff's been stolen. I got a call from Bank of America. Wasn't really Bank of America. They knew all my information. They even knew.
That scares me.
They knew the last 4 digits of my card number.
What?
Yeah. Because they stole it from Equifax.
It says here you can sign up for a service that monitors the web for your personal info.
And they're going to charge me a fee for that. I don't want it. I'm not paying fees.
You're not
going
to go to the dark side and pay a fee.
I'm not paying fees. Okay. All right. 855-935-TALK is our phone number. That is 855-935-8255. It is an easy number and it is an easy process. You just call us on Saturdays and guess what we do? We talk about money. We talk real money, like we're going to do with Joe. Joe, welcome to the show.
Hello.
Hey, Joe.
Thanks for taking my call.
Pleasure. Thank you.
I had an idea, do a Roth conversion, but like a different way. Wanted to max out my Roth 401k at work. And if I need to make up for the loss in my paychecks, I was going to take it out of my IRA. I'm over 59 and a half. I'm 61, so I wouldn't be getting any penalties, I think. So does that make sense to you?
So take the money out of your IRA and move it to your Roth. Is that what I'm hearing?
No, I would just, I'm going to max out my Roth 401k at work.
And put it all in the Roth there.
I'm not doing right now. I'm only doing, yeah.
Okay.
That's not a conversion, though.
The loss in my, it's not, but I'm just saying, be putting it into a Roth. And
I see what you're saying. So for all intents and purposes, instead of taking money, instead of transferring an old account or something over and paying the taxes, you're just kind of doing the conversion with new money.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's
legit.
Really
and remember,
logical.
if you're over 60, if you're over 50 and you're using the catch-up provision starting in 2025, the catch-up provision that you put in there will next year automatically go in the Roth, so it won't matter. They will not allow us to put money, the catch-up, which I always forget, is it 8,000, Don? Anyway, I
don't know.
I think it's.
I have to look it up again.
I forget. Anyway, that extra 7, 8, whatever it is, amount in 2025 will.
You're talking about 401?
Yeah, in a 401k, the catch-up provision, it will be required for anybody over the age of 50. Is it anybody or just high earners? I think it's high earners now that I think about it. Anyone who making more than about 150K or more a year, you'll have to put the money into the Roth 401k, not the pre-tax 401k.
Yeah, the ketchup, and the mustard.
Yes.
It's $7,500.
$7,500. So that anybody who makes more than 145 or 50K will have to put that into the Roth instead of the pre-tax. So,
but he's doing that anyway.
Yeah, that's fine, Joe. Sounds good. Keep saving.
Thanks for the call. 855-935-TALK. That is our number. Debbie says she can't hear the show. We are on the air. Oh, she's probably trying to listen online. It's the internet.
She can't hear the show.
Well, she's trying to listen online because I know she doesn't have a radio. Anyway.
Because she's like everybody else who doesn't have a radio. She doesn't have a car.
No, I have the car.
Oh.
And she's at the hotel, and I don't think there's a radio.
No, I don't think so.
Because there are no more radios.
No, there's no such thing.
Are we an anachronism?
In case you didn't know it.
On the radio? Anyway. I'm so confused by life. I just really am. I'm just confused. Where are you going?
Keep going.
I am going to keep going, but my co-host just walks away in the middle of the show.
Somebody who was outside the window may be nervous.
We're on the second floor. How would somebody be outside
the cars?
How would
they were casing our cars? And remember, I have a bunch of moving stuff in my car.
Not anything valuable.
My planes.
Not anything valuable.
Oh, you're going to kill me.
It is a sad, by the way.
No, it's going to turn out.
It is? Oh, wait, there's a plan. Okay, because here's the thing.
Yeah.
For years, Tom did his show from his house. See, Debbie, Dave says he's listening on the app. I'll send you the link. Anyway, for years, Tom did his show from his office at his house, which he no longer has.
Well, I still have it.
You're getting rid of it.
Yeah. Well, hope so.
Hopefully. Yeah. And I called it the model
modern military museum?
The Model Military Aircraft Museum.
I thought there was a modern in there somewhere.
No, because they're old.
They're still modern. They're like 20th century.
No, yeah, that's not modern.
What's modern then?
Do you have a biplane in there?
Yeah,
that ain't modern.
Okay, it was a biplane from World War II, though.
Yeah, toward the beginning. I don't think it lasted.
No, because it's German. I they use it the whole time.
Because they were running out of other planes.
You mind some Scotch tape, some wire.
So, is there an update on what's happening to the Model Military Aircraft Museum?
I got great news.
Is it going into the new house?
It is. Well, okay.
Your wife is letting you put it in the new house?
She's probably listening right now. And I'm in trouble.
You're going to be in big trouble.
Here's the thing. I didn't think I could move the planes.
You take them off the ceiling and move them.
Yeah, but they're little. dozens of
made
little
of plastic.
parts. So I finally figured out a way to do it. And yes, they are except for the last two are at the new house. What happens to them there, we'll see. They're there.
Okay, but that doesn't tell me anything. Are they going to be displayed again?
I don't know. I'm working on that second part. So
all right.
Cross your fingers.
We'll let you know. 855-935-TALK. Give us a call. Let's talk about your money.
Tom and Don are talking real money. For your real life and real future, Tom and Don are talking real money.
There, I sent Debbie the link. Hopefully she can get it. I'm looking at it right now. It says on air now, talking real money with
works.
Don McDonald and Tom Cox.
I've done it. I've done it in other countries and listened. I know it works. So, yeah.
You know, it's funny. It's funny, but it's weird to be kind of moderately famous in Seattle. It's the only place where we're both moderately famous.
Not true. Wisconsin.
More so, that was a surprise.
Yeah,
Debbie says to plug Stella. Debbie, I already plugged Stella.
Yeah, okay, but here's a note regarding
a
Stella. Yeah.
Oh, Stella note? Stella note.
Just came in. Dear sir, I'm a Nigerian prince, and I'm interested in purchasing your 1989 Airstream trailer. Coincidentally.
What's shipping to Nigeria?
Coincidentally, I have to get my money out of our country. Can I purchase it in the form of cryptocurrency? By the way, I've been a listener to Talking Real Money for many years. It just came in.
Oh, that's a great idea. And you know what? I tell you what, while you're at it, send me
Feeling
more.
Like a smarty, answer.
Send me more in cryptocurrency that
Because
it's
gonna
worth.
go down,
No, because then it's worth. And then ask me for a refund.
And you'll give it to them?
Yeah, no, of course I'll give it back to you.
Send a lot of your money to Nigeria, do you?
Yeah. Well, that's the trick, actually. They'll send you money and they'll go, I made the check out for $3,000. It's a fake cashier's check. Can you go ahead and send me the other $2,000 back?
Yeah. That was a joke from a longtime listener, so.
Oh, you know it was from a listener?
I know who it is.
It's not from a Nigerian prince?
He could be. I don't know that. I never asked him.
I had my hopes up.
He went to the same high school as I did, so it's unlikely, but anything's possible, I guess.
It's more likely you would be. You were just there. Do you have any questions?
I do have
any
a legit
real
question.
ones?
Yes, I have a real question. All right.
Because that was not real.
I know. This one comes from Marty in Barbersville, West Virginia.
Okay.
They do a lot of haircutting there, apparently. It says,
I had a close shave in Barbersville once.
Hello, Don.
I'm trying to be as bad as you.
That one's funny. Hello, Don and Tom. I recently listened to a podcast with Rick Ferry.
Oh, please.
They mentioned an ETF by the name of BOX, BOXX, and being able to accumulate capital losses with this. Can you give me your assessment of B as in boy, O as in Oscar, X as in X-ray, X as in X-ray, and how it's structured and how that works? Fairly cheap expense ratio and money market type returns. Very curious to hear your expert opinion on BOX.
Oh, it's
Rick Ferry. Why is he doing this stuff?
I don't know, Rick. What's wrong with Rick? It's a option.
Yeah, they use options.
Deal. Yeah, it's an option deal.
Ox. Yeah.
It's very, 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 very eclectic.
Yeah.
They use basically leverage in a way because they're using options.
That's low expense ratio. How much expense ratio for all that?
Well, let's see. They're short 57% of the value. They're long 156% of the value.
And this is money market type returns?
And their SEC yield. Okay?
Yeah.
Folks, what is wrong with Rick?
This is one of the things that makes me nervous about people that used to believe the way we do, and then
they don't anymore.
They veer off into other.
And I think that's happened to some of our other friends too, who got a little crazy about alternatives and said they were the next. I'm looking at Box's SEC yield, which is the legal yield they can quote.
2.3.
No.
3.2.
No.
2.1.
Lower.
1.9.
Lower.
1.7.
Lower.
1.5.
Lower.
Oh, come on.
Negative 0.19.
Wait, you got to pay them? That doesn't make
Negative.
Remember when the European countries are doing that to float their debt?
Now, that's their yield. Yeah. Now, their total return, because they've got some capital gains that, by the way, they distribute.
Happy to do that in my taxable account.
Year to date, 3.22. That's not as good as a money market.
I just looked at the Dimensional Intermediate Term Bond Fund, which is yielding 2.6 and has now made 2.8 on the year. So, at quite a bit less risk and probably cheaper. What is the expense ratio?
It's a reasonable expense ratio at 0.2%.
Okay, so that's not horrible.
So it's not horrible. They have about $4 billion in assets.
Small little
but
fund.
it is a gimmicky fund.
Yeah,
and,
it is.
And it definitely is in the realm of alternative. They're just kind of playing each side of the S&P 500. That's what they're doing. They're buying the S&P 500 long and short to net basically 100% of the portfolio in the S&P 500, which is what it comes out to.
What? No leverage?
It's wow.
I'm kidding.
This is not something I would ever suggest.
I'd love to hear Rick defend this.
I think
why you need it.
My guess is he's going to defend it based on its. The argument's going to be something like it's non-correlation or something.
But they're using this for fixed income? No.
I think that sounds ridiculous,
Yes.
but what do I know?
Tom and Don are talking real money. Reality radio for a really great future. We're talking real money.
Before the break, we were talking about an ETF that apparently Rick Ferry recommended. He's an investment advisor that's relatively well known in the industry.
We know him.
And he apparently was talking about or suggesting a fund called the Alpha Architect 1 to 3 month box ETF.
BOXX.
As
B as
a
in boy.
fixed income alternative, even though it really doesn't provide any real income. It's mainly capital gains from options sales. I'm thinking. That's what I'm reading.
So when I
don't know a lot about
stuff,
it,
yeah.
but I can tell you I get confused by it.
Yeah, and then when I read this stuff, I always want to know two things. Number one, why?
Why do you need something this complicated?
Right. It's and number two, what's it going to replace? What are you going to put this in place of in your portfolio? Right? Because that's what you should consider. Well, I heard you guys mention adding it in. Needs to build the portfolio correctly, then decide on the ingredients. But I don't understand it, and I would not use it if that's your question.
And again, the question should always be, why do you need it when there are great things that'll accomplish the same thing without being confused?
Yeah.
Money and investing are really way too simple
to
but not
be
easy. So complicated.
Yeah, I agree.
Because you can keep it simple, stupid. And I'm a big believer in kissing.
That's
Been doing
why
it
generally
since I
you're
was
all
a
the way in
teenager.
Florida here, and that's right across the room.
855-935-TALK is our phone number, 855-935-8255. The call's free. We got lines open for you. Let's see. Craig. Oh, okay, in the mountains. Hey, Craig. Okay, I think Craig's a regular. Hey, Craig, welcome to Talking
Yeah,
Real
I know
Money.
Craig.
Yeah.
Hi, Craig. How are you?
Hey, I'm doing well. How are you guys doing?
Good,
Great.
thanks.
Yeah. What's up?
Well, so we've talked about AVGE at length. We talked about AVMA last time, but I haven't heard you guys talk about AVGV, Alpha Victor, Golf Victor, as kind of a supplement and a value lean. So I was wondering if you could take a look at it and give me your thoughts.
Quit adding new funds, Craig.
Didn't we just say something about this?
Quit it.
Hey,
Quit
talk
making.
to Aventus.
Now, remember that AVGE gives you a value tilt. So AVDV,
DV. It overweights the value.
it's a
even
value.
More.
It's more value value or something.
Yeah, it's all markets and it's value. I haven't looked at this well enough to see the differences between AVGV and AVGE.
GE.
Yeah, okay. Say that slowly. So I'd have to get in and look at the
Hold on, I'm doing it right
value
now.
tilt here to see what the reason is. Why because AVGE is a very good fund. It gives you what you want in one fund for a global portfolio with
the sheer.
value.
It's very simple. Here's the thing: AVGV
yes
does skew a lot more heavily to value and a little smaller
than
AVGE.
Okay.
But AVGV doesn't give you a lot of the other exposures that we think you need. You'll have to pick those up elsewhere.
Like what's it missing?
Let me pull up its portfolio again just to make sure.
And by the way, these are both products of Avantis, a company that we know well and trust them.
Oh yeah, they're a great company. I just wanted to make sure I glanced at it.
Yeah, and I'm not looking at it instead of. I've got about 40% ABGE and about 20% ABGV just for that heavier value tilt. If I could have ABGE have more value, like the mid cap and more of the ABUV, I would just stick with that. But I thought this
for
was
you,
a nice
Craig, it's
compliment to it.
perfect.
Yeah, you should try. For you,
it's perfect.
Yeah,
but for the average listener, I would hate to confuse them. Oh yeah, it's missing. It's missing real estate.
Big deal. Yeah,
it's missing. Let's see. Yeah, what they've done is they've taken AVGE and they've taken all of the really broad funds out of it. Remember, they're both funds of funds. So, for example, AVGV only has the Avantis Large Cap Value ETF and not the U.S. Equity ETF, which is a more balanced portfolio. So, for if you want to make your life a little bit more complicated, go for it. Just understand it makes rebalancing a little bit more difficult. But for you, I'm sure that's fine. Thanks for the call.
Tom and Don are talking real money.
Do you suffer from hodgepodgeitis? I'm Don McDonald, and hodgepodgeitis is a disease of your investment portfolio whose symptoms include lots of stocks, loads of random loaded mutual funds, and maybe an annuity or two. Most who suffer from hodgepodgeitis dread opening their quarterly portfolio statements. They feel lost and confused. Investing seems overwhelming and the financial future uncertain. If you believe you suffer from hodgepodgeitis, see a 100% fiduciary investment advisor immediately. A proper diagnosis is the first step to creating a portfolio with a purpose based on a personal plan. Start on the road to recovery now by scheduling a free meeting with an Appella advisor at TalkingRealMoney.com. There is no cost, obligation, or high-pressure sales pitch. Take the first step at TalkingRealMoney.com or call 800-386-3004. Hodgepodgeitis is not a real disease, but treating it has been shown to improve mood, reduce fear, and even lead to a brighter financial future. Results may vary.
Your guides to a really great financial future. Tom and Don are talking real money.
Hey, thanks for hanging out with us on the Saturday show or on the podcast. We truly appreciate you being there. And we want to remind you that every Saturday you can call and talk with us live. It's the only time during the week when we can, as a group, kind of get together and chat. And the number is 855-935-TALK, 855-935-8255. And we have somebody else on the line. Keith is here. Welcome to the show, Keith.
Thank you very much. I appreciate you guys taking the call.
Pleasure's ours. Thanks. What can we do for you today, sir?
Well, I've been listening to you guys' radio for years, and I think a long time ago I learned the difference between a money manager and a fiduciary. So you sold me on making sure that my next person that's going to manage my money is a fiduciary. Mm-hmm. My question is, I know I've got some hodgepodgeitis. I've got money accounts all over the place, and I'm getting ready to start turning over my finances to a fiduciary. My ultimate question is two questions, I guess. First is, how does that relationship work? I imagine it's a lot like my marriage, where I tell you my hopes and dreams for my money, and then you tell me everything I'm doing wrong.
Wow, that does sound like home.
That was so appropriate.
Yeah, that's good.
That's an apt description of it.
We do it in a nicer way, maybe, than what you get at home, but yeah, that's.
Oh, I don't know.
No,
okay.
My wife's pretty nice to me. I'm gonna.
That's funny. Okay, so
yeah, I like that.
How does that work? First of all, a money manager, we just want to put this out there, is a person that is doing just that. They're moving money around. They're saying, I got to do this because of X. Just to be clear on it. And no, you should never hire anybody as a money manager, because they're people that can tell you they know the future, and they do not. In terms of the relationship should go like this. And will there be some sometimes some feedback from your fiduciary tells you do this, but don't do this?
I hope your fiduciary will give you feedback, negative, honest feedback. They should not always go, yes, sir, no, sir. The customer is always right, sir, because when it comes to managing money, the customer's rarely right.
Yeah, that's true. So it would start with building a plan. You've heard us mention this before, saying, here's what we're trying to accomplish. As you said, your hopes and dreams. What rate of return do you need to do that? Then going back and cleaning up the hodgepodge-itis, making sure your asset allocation's right, setting up income, doing all those parts of the work. That would all be as a result of putting together that plan that is helping you with a roadmap to the future.
Okay. Well, I guess my ultimate question is just how much hands off, like after we have the conversation about what my goals are and what the income we're moving, all that stuff, the fiduciary isn't going to move that money. They're not going to have access to my accounts.
They
they're
will.
giving me direction.
Well, they won't have access because the access is held to the third-party custodian.
They do have power of attorney.
Yeah, they have power of attorney. They cannot take it.
No.
They can manage it. They can send it to you. But that's why you always want to use a third-party custodian. We use Charles Schwab, for example. So even if Don and Tom woke up and said, let's go to South America, et cetera, we couldn't take your money to do so.
Okay. So that was one question. And the second question is I'm an airline pilot, so my compensation packet is nice. But I've run into some interesting spots where, like when I was buying my last house, because of the way that pilots are paid and where we'll get paid a lot in 1 month and maybe not get paid much in the next month, my fear is that the compensation package and my options for how the company is investing my retirement is going to be a struggle with a fiduciary, because I don't even understand the compensation package all that well.
No, good fiduciary advisor, trust me, for example, with our firm, we work with a lot of pilots.
Yeah.
A lot. Given the fact that 2 airlines are hubbing in Seattle, we have a lot of pilots. And while it is a complex structure, it's well understood by a good advisor, particularly one who's a CFP. They're gonna have a pretty good handle on this.
Okay. Is that something that I can ask for when I'm looking?
Yep.
I anticipate that I'm probably going to go through you guys' firm, but how do I phrase this for, like, hey, I'm a pilot. I need somebody that can talk to me in colors.
Yeah, I mean, that would just be part of the process when you get to meet. And by the way, we'd never want to hear the pilot calls and say he's been in some interesting spots. We prefer just calm airs, but if you don't mind. But no, that would just be part of the initial conversation around, here's what I'm trying to achieve. Here's my situation.
Here's the thing, and this is what you need to understand about a true 100% all the time fiduciary advisor, is it's not about the sell. The sell vanishes with a good one. It is about the relationship. Right. And so what you need to do, and what we find, for example, if you were to meet with Tom and talk to him, he's going to say, after a long conversation, he's going to go, let me set you up with so-and-so because I think you guys would gel, are the right fit. Because what it becomes, it's almost like adding a new member to the family. A good advisor should be somebody that you feel so comfortable with, you can call them anytime and bitch and moan about something.
Yeah, actually, my first question for Keith would be, would he prefer the P51 or the Fischler Stork? That would be the first question. So however he answered that would determine where we're going from there. So,
jeez. Sometimes, I'm sorry. I am really sorry, Keith. I don't know what kind of mood he's in. It's because he's moving, and we just kind of cut him a little slack. Apologize.
Well, I mean, we can just continue the conversation offline. We can talk about planes all day.
All right. Thank you. Thank you very much. Finally.
All right. So my guess is that you need to go to talkingrealmoney.com, click meet an advisor and say, type in plane guy.
Not plane as in IAI, but yeah, you get it anyway. So yeah, got it. Thank you for calling us.
Hey, I appreciate it. Thank you for taking the time to answer the question.
Yeah, it's our pleasure. Thank you. Thanks for flying us around.
Do you know the Fischler Stork? Do you know that plane?
I don't know a stork from a seagull.
It's a great plane.
Is there a plane called a seagull?
Yeah, there is a plane called the Seagull. Actually, I built that one
See,
too.
I don't know the difference between a stork
that's
or a
British,
seagull.
That's a British plane. The Fischler Stork, of course, German.
Sounds very German.
Yeah, it's a great plane. Yeah, and my old man took one around the field in Italy in late 1944.
Do you want another caller before you go on about planes?
No, I'm just getting warmed up.
Terry, welcome to Talking Real Money.
Hi.
Hi, Terry. You want to talk about planes with Tom? No, don't.
I don't know anything about planes.
Yeah, good.
Like two wings.
I don't want them.
Air goes faster.
I
over the
can't
top
make
and
him
bottom.
stop.
bottom.
I can. I can turn his volume off. Okay, go ahead.
I also don't want pilots to be in interesting situations. I want them to be smooth.
She's with you on.
So I've always been wondering, I feel like I have this idea that someone should have come up with, if we have trouble with getting our Social Security numbers stolen, why don't we have a PIN that we can change periodically? And like a 4-digit PIN to add it. We have it for our debit cards.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't we have it for our Social Security numbers? And then it adds just a little bit extra security.
Yeah,
it's probably been thought of, but I don't know why we would.
Well, if you log in to the Social Security website, there is two-factor identification.
Yeah, that's
there.
a different matter.
But I don't. The reason I think is I don't believe that when Social Security was created, they imagined that our Social Security number would become our national identity number.
That's a good point.
Because it has. And I know that wasn't the intent. But something has to be done.
No
and
question.
I think it's going to require some sort of a national program to a very high
Just
security
the guy
program.
to head this up.
Not me.
No, okay.
855-935-TALK. Oh, wait, don't call. We're nearing the end of the show. But call on Saturdays.
Tom and Don are talking real money. For your real life and real future, Tom and Don are talking real money.
And for those of you who were worried, Debbie did finally get on.
Thank goodness.
She's listening now. So,
okay, so keep it down.
She told, that.
Yeah, okay.
She also said, plug Stella once more, please.
Good Lord, Stella.
I know.
Stellasaurus. Come
Can
on.
you tell which one of us wants to sell it more?
Yeah, I guess. Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
This is Don's Airstream. It's for sale to be here in the parking lot, along with free hot dogs, cotton candy, and ice cream.
What? We're doing food?
I don't know. I thought I'd throw that in and see if that brought more people out.
It's just the
Stella.
thing.
Okay. Next week.
Just the 1989 Airstream.
I'll be inside with the door locked, but Don will be outside. So go ahead.
It should be nice next weekend, don't you think?
Yeah. Late August, usually very nice.
And as we mentioned to our friend the pilot and all of you, we're part of a fee-only 100% fiduciary investment advisory firm by the name of Abella.
Not only we're members, we're partners.
We're partners.
Yeah.
And when we started our firm, we merged with them.
Wearing the shirt right here.
Vestry, the old firm Vestry. We started with the basic concept of helping everybody because we really agonized over this because we couldn't afford to manage people's money at like $1,000 or $10,000.
Because we'd seen it in another firm that we've been a member of where they'd said that and then they got rid of it. Mm-hmm. Remember, they just said, "No, we can't afford this anymore. Sorry, not going to do it."
So we decided, why don't we just help everybody? Because really, when you're in the accumulation phase, it's a lot easier to manage your money than it is when you're in the taking it out phase after you've built it up for a long time. So we decided to help everybody who asked. And we promised ourselves and our listeners that we would never make this one of those free consultations.
Yeah. Where at the end, they're going to say, ha.
Yeah. You need us.
Known.
We got to, you can't do this without us. Mm-hmm. We're going to say, we're going to give you actionable help.
Yeah. And we've done this now for
15 years.
Yeah, I know. It's hard to believe. Next month.
Is it really that long?
Yeah.
No wonder I'm almost dead.
You're going to make it through the rest of the show, though, right?
I don't think so now.
Okay,
I'm really concerned.
Take a deep breath.
We'll set you up with one of our advisors, including Tom.
Yeah. Only if you're going to talk about planes.
For free, for nothing. No obligation, no high-pressure sales pitch, just by going to talkingrealmoney.com and clicking on Meet an Advisor. Now, if you want more information on Stella, the Excella, the Airstream trailer, you go to talkingrealmoney.com and you click on right at the top, it says learn more.
Yeah.
And then on that page, you click get in touch, and that'll allow you to send a note directly to me.
Okay.
Okay.
And they come by and see it next weekend. Along with hot
weekend,
dogs,
we're
ice
going to
cream,
have it
and
in the
cotton
parking
candy.
lot.
Oh, no cotton candy?
No,
Oh.
unless Debbie's bringing food.
She very well may.
She said, "Don't die before we sell the Airstream."
She wants the
Oh,
money.
because I need to sign.
You got the title?
I got to sell. I got to
Okay.
sign on the title. So
As I
take her a while. She'd have to go to Florida and probate
Oh,
things.
God's sakes.
Yeah,
What a
no,
mess.
you're right. I'll stay alive until then, hon. She's like part of the show.
She is.
She's
Always has been.
Always has been. Anyway, so
Yes. If you want help,
go to
talkingrealmoney.com
talkingrealmoney.com for everything.
Click on.
I mean, that's really
Need an
where you can go
advisor.
for everything. That's where you can listen to the podcast. That's where you can find more information on how you can hire a true fiduciary advisor, because that can be confusing. Go to talkingrealmoney.com/help for that kind of help. Because we want everybody to get this right, whether you work with us or not. We don't really care. We want you to not get taken advantage of. And I'm just telling you, this is a fact. The bulk of the industry is not looking out for your best interests all the time. TalkingRealMoney.com. Go.
The opinions and views expressed on this podcast were current on the date recorded. Opinions, estimates, forecasts, and statements of financial market trends that are based on current market conditions constitute our judgment and are subject to change without notice, including any forward-looking estimates or statements which are based on certain expectations and assumptions. Although information and opinions given have been obtained from or based on sources believed to be reliable, no warranty or representation is made as to their correctness, completeness, or accuracy. Information presented on the podcast is not personalized investment advice from Appella Wealth. The views and strategies described may not be suitable for everyone. This podcast does not identify all the risks, direct or indirect, or other considerations which might be material to you when entering any financial transaction. Past performance does not guarantee future results, and profitable results cannot be guaranteed. We hope you realize that the information provided on Talking Real Money is for informational, educational, and hopefully enjoyable purposes only. The podcast is not trying to get you to buy or sell any financial products or securities. Instead, the program is provided as a public service by Appella Wealth, a fee-only registered investment advisor. Please see Appella Wealth's ADV Part 2A on our website for information regarding Appella's fees and services. Appella Capital, LLC, DBA Appella Wealth, is an investment advisory firm registered with the Securities and Exchange Commission. The firm only transacts business in the states where it is properly registered or excluded or exempt from registration requirements. Registration with the SEC or any state securities authority does not imply a certain level of skill or training. Appella does not provide tax or legal advice, and nothing either stated or implied here should be inferred as providing such advice. Thanks for listening, and please visit TalkingRealMoney.com for more information and important disclosure related to performance of any specific index or fund quoted in this podcast. And the lawyers get richer.